Hey everybody, welcome back. And this episode, we're going to work on stages 33 to 38 of the 1966 Batmobile. So before I forget to say, Fanhome did send me this, and he sent it to me free of charge, but don't have any input on my videos. And if you want to do this yourself, which is a really cool model, you might want to. The subscription link is below. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So we got a big box this week, or this month, which is awesome. And opening it up, it's going to actually, I'm going to have to move it to the side, the light's in the way, but maybe I can do it this way. There we go. And we have a massive slab of metal here, which is nice because we had a lot of small stuff recently, so it's nice to get on some bigger parts. And yeah, we'll go through these in more detail, but there's some of that stuff going on. Got this massive piece of metal. And then we have some smaller packs. And reminder, you get 6 in a 6 editions each month. We got the magazines, which we'll look at in a second. And we have a final, I think, free gift, which is one I've been looking forward to. Out of all my part works, this is the coolest looking thing, I think. And I know what it is. It's the Batman mug. Look how cool that is. That's really cool. That'll take pride of place in my collection. All my various mugs I have. It arrived in one piece, and yeah, super cool mug. Do really like that one. So yeah, very nice free gift. Again, out of all my free gifts I get, these part works, that might be the best thing I've got so far. So let me think about logistics here. Let me get this big giant box out of the way. And we're going to go through the parts and the magazines here. Let's put them in some quick order. All right, so 33. And again, I'm just going to flick through this super quickly. We don't really need to spend much time on this. So the parts, looks like we're working on the rear right suspension, which I kind of called from last month. Remember, we did the left side, now we're going to do the right side. And basically assembling the leaf spring, attaching the U-bolts. I keep on saying U-boat, but U-bolts. And we're going to end up with this. And if I look for the parts, which I can tell which one's 33 from here, by the shape of it, it is this guy right here. So, just going to slice it open. Oh, dropping stuff already. I'm just going to pick that right up before I lose it. So one of these U-springs. So we have a couple of those. We have a metal leaf spring. I think this is metal too. And some screws. And that's what we've got going on. So I'm going to go to my box, which I have of all the parts left over from last month, get the sub-assembly out, get this put together, and we'll be right back. Okay, so that was relatively straightforward. Exactly the same as the other side. Just a note, remember from last month, the tool, make sure you don't throw this away. Make sure you keep this because you obviously need it for the other side, as I kind of suspected. So this is, get this magazine out of the way here. This is all put together, and basically how I see it is, hopefully it's the right way around. The smaller side goes where this kind of bit sticks out. The smaller side, longer side goes on the other side, where I'm on the flat part here. Straighten out a little bit, but there we go. Straightforward. And on to 34. We are fixing the front hangers, assembling the rear hanger and shackle, fitting the rear suspension to the frame, and there we go. So we're bringing it out, and I keep looking at pack 37. I can't wait to get the 37, that massive slab of metal to go on the floor pan there. But yeah, that's what we're going to end up by. Pretty straightforward, really. Just adding a few little components here. So I did save some time here and me fumbling around. I did open pack 34 already. That's what we got. Just a little tray of some metal parts, some springs, and various other parts I don't really want to lose. So I'm going to put these down here and get these attached to the main frame and come right back. Okay, so it's on, and that was really tricky. And the shock absorbers here, a little saggy with a spring in. The springs keep falling out. They're not very tightly fit. So you see I put some masking tape around here on each one just to stop the springs coming out, because I'm guessing, you know, once you add some weight to this and it compresses, I think it would be okay. But for now, it's just very kind of, it just keep coming apart, the two sides of the shock absorbers, which is kind of weird. So I flip this guy, ooh, heavy upside down. You can see what we did, screwed it in here, in there, and I did have one of these upside down. Let's just flip it around, attach them in there as well. Again, you know, quite a lot of work, and these springs just didn't, on mine, they just didn't want to go together. Maybe I need to go back and read instructions, see if I missed something there, but there we go. So 35 now, and we're going to go straight to the back, and we are going to build the gearbox. Very cool. Steering shaft, we're installing the mechanism, mount the shock absorber rod, and that's what we're going to end up with. And 35, this is our parts. Now be careful with this one, because these screws, the bag of screws was loose in the bag outside of plastic, so I almost threw them away. So down here somewhere. So yeah, these screws are just loose, and so when you throw the bag away, just make sure you check. And they're the parts. Very cool. So I'll get to work on that one, get that put in, and again, just want to check my work on this, because that suspension doesn't seem quite right. It's just too far apart. Okay, so it's pretty straightforward. Got the assembly here, and then on the underside, you screw it in. You see how the problem, see a little scratched up there. First screw just didn't want to go in. The second screw, I just took it out, tried a different screw, a little oil, and really have to push it down with some pressure to get things to screw onto there. It was tricky to get that one on, but we got it together. Also went back and checked the instructions, and I did everything right here. So again, the suspension is very, yeah, these arms, to get more weight on, it's the springs are going to come out. So on to 36. Getting close to that 37 I'm excited for. And we're basically going to assemble the drive shaft, rear and front. And we're going to install the drive shaft. And that's what we're going to look like. So looking again here, pieces here are actually plastic, not metal. I know some people like to know that. And we have a bag of screws too. A large bag of AP screws, P being plastic and being metal. So there you go, tip them all out and get that drive shaft built, and we'll come back. Right, so that's relatively straightforward, a quick 2-5 minute job. Basically just assembling this. I don't know why it's plastic, it'd be nice if it's metal maybe, but anyway, attached it to here and here. I was worried it maybe wouldn't fit, but it's actually a perfect fit, no problem at all. And this guy kind of goes over it, it's just loose. I'm guessing at some point it will screw to the something on the other side. So that's that part done, a quick part. Now on to number 37, which are great anticipation for this one. And that is because we've got our first big chunky piece of metal, and that is we have the floor pan. And I'm basically going to attach the floor pan to the main frame here, and like that. Now I'm going to bring this in, and this thing is solid metal. It weighs pretty heavy, and there we go. We've got the screws to attach them, the CM screws, and basically get them the plastic. This, excuse the noise in the background, solid metal. Very cool, right? So I'm going to attach this floor plan. I think we got a gazillion screws for this. Let me see here. 12 screws. So and you flip it over. Actually, no, I don't flip it over. It's actually done on this side. So it kind of goes, I guess. Well, I'll take some time off camera, but it basically fits like that and screws down. So yeah, massive piece of metal. So yeah, I'm going to attach this and come right back. All right, so simple enough. Just line it up and 12 screws per the instructions, and that thing's down. And solid metal. You can get an idea of the size too. This thing's going to be a beast. So on to 38. And we're the final part of today, the final 6 parts of this month's pack. And we're going to put the seat pan in. Now note we have 2 different size screws, AP and CM. So CM is going to put your seat pan in, and then AP is going to attach that. Remember we talked about earlier, that kind of bracket around the shaft. And that will be it. So again, screws, and that bit's actually plastic. This is plastic, whereas all the rest of this is metal. So there we go. So I'm going to go ahead and get that screwed in, and then we can finish this up. Okay, so put it down and screwed it all in, and flipped it over to do the screws on the other side, and I can't move the bracket around. So make sure you line that bracket up before you screw all this down. So this bracket, where is it now? I've lost it. Oh, back here. Make sure you line this up, then put it in and screw it all up, and then screw these in, and there'd be no problem at all. But yeah, it was kind of all twisted, and once this is screwed down, you can't maneuver it. Another thing I forgot to mention earlier on, when you're doing all this kind of joints and stuff, don't do it mega tight, because it's got to turn and like rotate and stuff. So all those ones earlier on this build, on the drive shaft and stuff, and here as well, see, it's going to move, so don't do it super tight. Just do it so it's loose enough just to move and rotate. But there we go. That is it. That's the massive, I zoom out, a massive 66 Batmobile. A lot of good work in this one. A lot of metal in this guy here. Yeah, excited to get going on this one. So what I'm guessing maybe next month, I like to do my little predictions. I bet we're going to do a couple more wheels probably to get this guy on his wheels. And then I think we're going to start working on all the body work and stuff, and seats and stuff, and dashboard, which is awesome. That's the part I'm looking forward to be honest with you. But yeah, not sure about this suspension arms. They seem a little bit loose and weren't they're kind of coming apart. I'm gonna check some other videos out on YouTube, see if some other people have the same problem as me. But again, I'm guessing once this weight goes onto here and the tires and stuff, it's gonna compress it a little bit better. But there we go. So thank you, Fanhome, for sending this to me. And again, if you want to join, the link is below. And I'll catch you next time. Have a good one. Goodbye.